Right, for the dovetail markings, you need to get one of your sections of wood, another section on the table, and you need to trace around the edge of the wood. Okay, so the width of the wood on the face. So you place it so it is flush with this side here, and we draw a line just going down so we know that the width of the wood, like that. That needs to be done on all sections of the wood. So we come up with all the sections all marked like that. Now, with your ruler, you're going to mark 1 centimetre one and a half centimetres in on both ends. And then you're going to mark 5 millimetres in. So it will look like that. So 5 millimetres in from the edge here, 15 millimetres in to there. Then do the same from this edge, 5 millimetres in, mark it, 15 millimetres in. Carpenter square, and make a faint line on the 5 millimetre parts. So it looks like that. You then join the 15 millimetre marking so it goes like that. And this is what's going to be cut out here. We then need to get our carpenter square. We need to make a straight vertical line going from there to there. So we make sure carpenter square is flush with the back, and we draw the line going across. That is so we know where we're going to have to cut. We know that part there is going to be cut off. Same goes for this side here. So that is what the end product of the marking out of this section of the dovetail joint looks like. Okay, we then need to get, so if we mark, so we need to get the section that is labelled BC, and we need to do exactly the same with that section. So we need to mark it out exactly the same as this. So we get 2 sections of this. So the final, what you get is 2 sections like that. Now this then needs to be cut out. Okay, to cut this part out, we're only cutting out the shaded areas. Okay, so this requires the coping saw. Now, this goes in. So we put it going this way first, and we're going to create a cut going down from here to here. You might want to just put in the line going across there just to keep the cut straight, so you know where you're going. Use your thumb as a guide, okay, and then take it away as soon as it has gone into the wood. Then angle this as if you're going to be cutting straight. Okay, so this line here is what needs to be coming off now. So you want it looking as if it is going to be cutting straight. So straight down here, your finger again on that line. It should just pop out. Do the same on the other side. Again, pop in just the line going across on both sides. Coping saw down to the line, thumb as a guide. And then straight cut, so angle the wood and straight cut. There we go. So the first part of the dovetail joint is cut. Now we need to repeat the process for these two pieces. Okay, so these two pieces, this part, the end parts, need to be cut out. Right, so back cutting this one here. All the way down. And then straight down. So again, draw the line. There we have the first two sections of the dovetail joint for the base of the box. Okay. Right, the second part of cutting the dovetail joint is a little bit more complex. This is where, when we labelled the different parts of the wood, so we've got B, A, D, D, C, C, B. You'll see that it goes non-cut, cut, non-cut, cut. That is so that we can now line up the different dovetail joints to the parts. So this part where it says A and A, we will need to hold them against each other. So the dovetail is against the end face of the non-cut A side. We get our pencil with that in place, flush against the sides, so we can see no space on the sides. You can't have space, else it will create an inaccurate cut. You put the line going up, you mark just where the top of the dovetail is, Using your carpenter square, you just cut. This straight line. Now, this inner section is what is going to be cut. We need to mark this out for all of the pieces. When we're doing this, we need to make sure that they're all facing the same way as well. So it's good to have your box standing up like that, okay, and making sure that what you've drawn matches up. So we need to do this now for D and D. So we make sure they're flush. Put a little line. And then carpenter square. Going down. So first two pieces to be cut are these two on separate pieces here. We do this again using the coping saw. You find this point here of the dovetail you've just drawn. You then use the coping saw, put your finger, your thumb against it, and just make a mark in there. You then need to get your carpenter square and draw all the way around it. This is where it gets very fiddly. These 2 points here need to be joined with a vertical line like that. So all of this section here is cut. So first off, that cutting that we made should be going straight down the back of these. All the way down to the base. So that's just hitting that mark there. Then on the same on the other side, straight line as if it was a finger joint. So when we were doing the boxes, same process for the finger joint. So we cut going diagonally and then bend it around and then straight across. Okay, well, it just needs to be filed out. Now you'll see we've got this section here now to cut out. It's on a slant, so it's quite tough to do. So we're going to have to cut at an angle. So we're going to have to cut this way. Now, providing we hit it at the right angle, we should just be able to take off and go all the way down. That line there. We do the same on the other side. Move it around so that we're not cutting going across. take out this inner section here. So we just need to cut, going across, and then cuts. Going across there. Okay, and there we get that section cut out in that shape. Now that then should fit the A part. For some of it, it might be a bit tight. So it's better for it to be tight, so you can see there's a little bit left off there. You can either file it down, or you can take it off with the coping saw. And I'm just going to take it off with the coping saw. Just that inner gap. Just see if that works now. So you can see with a bit of force, that dovetail joint has gone in. And you can see where it would have needed a little bit of filing down there. So a little bit of filing, but the dovetail joint is secure in there. Okay, that's not falling out anywhere. You need to do that on all the sides of the wood. Right, so when you've all finished the dovetails, they should look so something like that. So when you place them with the letters next to each other, so D to D, A to A, B to B, so they should all go in a line like that to be able to fit into one another. So it might, ideally, it takes quite a bit of wedging to get them in nice and tight. Some of them more so than others. Others might just go in perfectly well. And then to form the box, fit in, push down. Oh. That one is a little bit too, but you can see I've left a little bit of excess there, which might need to be filed down. But you can see all the other dovetail joints are in there, and they're fitting in quite nicely. A little bit of excess there as well. So we can get rid of that when we come to sand it down.